cool. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Home TV. Today we're going to talk about Shimmer, which is a super exciting Cubase Reverb plugin, and you can get it on Cubase 14. So let's go. All right, so I have my Cubase open and I have a very simple piano line here. All right, and I'm going to open my mixer here and I will be adding it as an insert here and not as a send because I'm going to use it creatively. So, and I will just bring this guy down, and I wish I could just make it bigger, which I can. It's super nice. Alrighty, you guys see everything? Okay, so let's start with some basics. It's a combination of like a pitch modulation and a reverb, which is a super lush sound. It gives you a very nice sound with also pitch modulation, and it's a very exciting thing to mess around with, and actually it's quite simple to use as well. So let's try some things out together, okay? I'm going to put this pitch actually on 0 and intensity on 0. This is just for education, okay? I'd like for me and you to learn actually what's changing. I'm going to play it back. No sound, no change. And I'm going to bring on the mix. And we're already getting some like a delay thing here, which is really nice. Okay. So basically, we already get a tiny bit of a delay here. That's good to know. That that is not that even if everything is on 0, there is certainly an effect going on here. Okay, now let's go back. I'm gonna tell you more about this stuff here. The first one is just our reverb settings, which it just increases the reverb and it makes the sound more lush and you know, more rich. So let's try. Perhaps a bit more. There's a slight difference, not that much. And now we're going to try the modulation. Not much of a difference because we need some pitch. Not really. All right, intensity. Now we're getting there. Okay. Okay, so now that we heard a little bit, let's explore a bit more, okay? So the important thing is that you have to realize that the intensity is the basic function here. And if it's on 0, this thing is not going to work. It's just going to give you like a bit of a tiny bit of a reverb and a bit of a delay. So it's not really that interesting yet. Now let's try. You can see now that already the characteristics of the Shimmer plugin are, you know, gradually coming in. And you might say, hey, why is it on the low side? Why the pitch is low? That is because it's -12 semitones. And Cubase, like the homies at Cubase, recommend us to use it at like 12 semitones. So either here, super nice, or you know, the -12. It's super nice. And also we can add the modulation. You see it's a little bit changing, you know, the pitch. Super nice. I would like to a little bit reduce it. And then we have a speed. And that, as we talked a little bit, I think about it, and that is the delay between it's just the settings of the delay, right? So I'm going to increase it. See? It's coming back in here, which is a super nice sound. And you can choose to say, hey, I want this Shimmer plugin to sound to work on a certain frequency in my mix, and that is how you can choose it here. It is super nice. Okay, so now let's try to do some creative stuff. Let's see. One of the best ways, for me at least, to do creative stuff in Cubase with sound, you know, manipulation of sound, is to just get an export. So whatever you have, just right click on it. I use Control and right click to open my context menu, and I go render in place and render with current settings. Okay. Now I have this very nice recorded reverb. And let's see, I'm gonna mute this guy. It's already, I think, muted. Yeah, I forgot, yeah. So whenever you do the render in place, as you can see, the color is also changed because it's gonna automatically mute this for you, which is really nice. But now let's see what we can do here. All right, this already we have. Now I'm gonna just mute this. I will be getting this guy back. I forgot what the thing was. Yeah, I'm gonna unmute it. Then I'm gonna do a little bit more modification here. So modulation here. I'll bring the pitch down. And I just wanted to cover the low sound, okay? I don't want it to really fill the higher space, but actually the lower part of my sound. Okay, and maybe a bit more feedback here. And less speed, because I don't want it to be super muffled, even though it is quite. But I really like this actually. Okay, now let's also render in place. Right click with pressing Control, render with current settings. Exciting. Now I'm really curious what's this gonna sound like. Let's see. Super nice. Now there is something actually, which is actually, I'm glad that it happened, is that because now Dorico is that Cubase is now adding the shimmer effect on each one of my channels. As you can see, look to the left here, there is a shimmer here, and also there's a shimmer here, which is nice if I want to modify it again. So if I want to say, hey, you know, maybe I want it to be a bit different. Okay, so it's not really fully bounced, it's just rendered, but with the original and the settings of the previous channel applied to what I have right now. Which is nice. You can also modulate it, or you know, do more crazy stuff on it. But if you want to have it actually within that, you know, so it would be recorded in your track, then you need to render it in another way. And for that, we just go Control, right click, and then we go to, let's say, render in place, render settings, all right? And I'm gonna say with the channel settings, okay? And then I'm gonna click on render. As you can see, it's also a little bit different here. You see, the sound is there. Let me mute this so you don't make a mistake. See, if I pause it, there is no reverb. All right, and also same as this guy. You see here, there is no reverb now. There is no shimmer on this channel. I'm gonna do the same thing here with this guy as well, and perhaps I'm gonna increase the volume a tiny bit. It's gonna add maybe a bit of noise, but I mean, for this it doesn't really matter. So I'm just gonna do this here again. Oh, I have to unmute it first. Yeah, don't forget to unmute. render in place, render settings, channel settings, and then render. Super nice. Let's try it now. I'm gonna solo these two, actually solo the last one. Nice. I'm gonna now delete these, remove. So I used Control to select both of them and then remove selected tracks. I don't want them. And we just have these two beautiful tracks to do whatever we want. Okay, now as a last thing to tell you guys, this is a feature in Cubase 14, which is really fun to to mess around with, and that is the ability to just modify audio of your events, by part, which is really fun. So let's see. I'm just going to increase this. So this is my first note. Okay, that's the C, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to reduce this. And then when I'm here, I'm going to actually increase this a bit more. I have no idea how this is going to sound, but it's just fun to do. All right. Let's see. All right, let's play it back. Yeah, really cool, actually. Let's see. And now for some effect, we just bring this one also up. Oh, actually not this, the one after, or this one. So we have like a, like a question and answer between these two. Super fun. Let's see. Really cool. So you can basically do a lot of stuff with just these two, and I highly suggest that you just work a little bit on it, and also if you have any questions, do leave them in the comment section. I post tutorials and musical education videos, and so please don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe. Until later, Homayun out. Bye.